Hi guys, welcome back to a video. I'm going to show my hand so that you guys know that the screen isn't frozen, but I have stuff to unpack and I thought that this would be a really good video opportunity. So I'm going to show you what I have today. I invested in the Valentino cordless LED lamp, and I also have the Generation 5 nail dust collector with 36 watts, 3500 RPM, and it's pro grade. They are both pro grade. So these Valentino products, if you don't already know, are extremely pricey. I have to admit they're a little above Kiara Sky if you do know Kiara Sky's prices just off of the top of your head. But I want to say since I bought these together, they both ranged at $600, which means they were about $300 each. But I did get a deal on them. I got $100 off. Whoopee! And comparable to Kiara Sky, I'm like really liking these materials way better. So let's jump right into it. Here's the boxing so far for it. I already unboxed the item itself, and I'm going to do an unboxing of the other one for you, but here's the lamp. I'm gonna place it on the table for you right here. I was just charging it. And this is cordless, so that means this little input right here, gently, you can take out, and the lamp will still operate. So let's give this a turnaround. You can see so far by the buttons, if I could just move it up a little bit that way, that there are 3 different modes to this machine here. What I like best about it, and what really surprises me, is that it has a 5-second setting, which is so incredible to me because comparable to Kiara Sky, and I like to use Kiara Sky as a comparison because they're both up in that price range, this 5-second mode, no one can ensure that that will completely cure a thick layer of gel like this. And everyone who does operate in the Valentino industry and does like working with their colors knows that these gels are pretty thick. I love that about them. I love that they're thick because that means that you don't have to add as much layers for them. They're extremely pigmented, and I love the consistency of the gels. So I'm wondering how well this lamp will work with a thick viscosity gel like Valentino. To that, we can put to the test later. But for now, we're doing a tour of the lamp, and you can see visibly that there's the 5-second mode, 30 seconds, and 60 seconds. What's different about this lamp in comparison to the Kiara Sky one as well is the Kiara Sky one does include a 90-second feature that has a low light mode. So I'm wondering, if you were to put your hands in this, for those who are a little more sensitive, if it automatically just has a setting on the lamp itself that allows the lamp to not be too high for those who have sensitive hands, because I know most of you who do gel nails just on your natural nail have experienced what I like to call a heat spike. It's low light mode. This does not include that. So to that, I'm very curious. I'm just going to put my hand in the lamp and see to what extent the light turns extremely bright, because my nails right now are extremely thin. Like if I were to put a clear coat of gloss on my nail right now, would this lamp burn my hand? So far, when I put my hand in the lamp, it already feels pretty hot, and that was the 5-second mode, which is still so incredibly mind-blowing to me. I love that about this lamp. So overall, top view of this, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5 out of 10, just because, one, the price, absolutely not worth it to be in the nail industry for, but I do like how they make everything so easily accessible for you. And just to avoid messing this up, I am going to turn it off. I love how wide it is inside of this area right here. Like, you don't get that much wide space inside of the Kiara Sky lamp. It's a little more narrow, I should say, or skinny, and this one is very wide out, and I like that about that. Another thing that I really love about this is there is an easy, accessible way to get to the battery. That's not easy with Kiara Sky, especially considering that if you own a Kiara Sky lamp, after a long time, you're going to start seeing that it's going to wear and tear. It doesn't matter how well you take care of it. It claims that it's acetone proof, but after a while, some of the little bits and pieces will start to melt off on you and crack on you, and boom, you have a broken lamp. This one, who's to say how long it lasts other than someone who's owned it for a long time? That will consist of my review, maybe in 2 years, and we'll see how well it's held me up. Aside from this, let's move on to the nail dust collector. Now, this bad boy here, I am extremely excited for because I have some bad news. Side moment. Recently, I was informed that there have been complaints at my storefront from tenants in my area that my acrylic monomer smell is a bit too strong for them. Due to these complaints, I have received an email that kind of informed me about all of my regulations and things that I am allowed and not allowed to do, and one of the things that they do not permit is promoting hazardous smells to the environment to other tenants. I personally don't think that monomer is a hazardous smell. I think it's a smell that can cause things like hazards after a long use, which is why I decided to move out back into my house for the sake of my acrylics and stay at the storefront just doing Gel X and other gel and simple gel services like Plexi Gel and other things for the sake of my personal safety. I wouldn't want to get evicted. I wouldn't want to have to go to court to discuss these things, so I just decided to take the easy way out, and you'll probably be seeing more of me at my house and more of me at the storefront, but whatever that you do, I pray that all works out for me in the end, and I pray that you pray that for me as well. Thank you. So, moving on. After I had that scare at the suite, I decided that I needed to invest in some better ventilation. So, I did my research, and not only does the internet claim that this dust collector is one of the best ventilators to suck in the smell of monomer while you're performing acrylic, so does my PSI Manicure Milady notebook. And that's the book that I studied whilst in trade school. And it stated that this nail lamp right here, this is the only one that is both a ventilator and a nail dust collector at the same time, is my Lord and Savior. So the thing about this that I didn't do my research on is I did not check if it is a cordless machine. I had just assumed that it was because I already ordered the cordless lamp, and by far this is the pamphlet review of it, but I'm going to take this styrofoam off for you, a little ASMR moment, and reveal the full machinery. And this is a little harder than it looks. I'm sorry if this is unsatisfying. Wow, look at that. That's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Let's see, let's turn up this knob here. So far, I hear nothing. So that must mean that there's another gimmick to it. I realistically am hoping that I don't have to plug this in. I know most of you are saying, how is it supposed to suck in the air if it's not plugged into anything? Well, they created a LED cordless lamp, so I could assume that they could do it the same with this, considering the price for it. This lamp, not the lamp, this LED, no, what am I saying? I'm going against my words. This nail dust collector runs for about $360 on the Valentino website. I would highly suggest getting this if you happen to encounter problems with your odor and your smell. Take this from me. Don't buy this just because you have people complaining about you. Buy this because you know that it's an option. For me, personally, I invested into 2 different air purifiers that cover up to 350 square feet of room space, and it still does not do the trick for me. I also leave my window open and I have the air circulate in reverse, which means the air that is in here goes outside so that it won't linger in my room, especially while I'm doing clients' nails, because I hate getting my clients high and it's not the best thing that you want to do for them. So let's just plug this in. I'm just going to keep talking your head off and letting you experience my little vibe. Because I do believe that the only way that this machine will work is if it's plugged into an outlet. So let's put that to the test. All right. So I have the machine plugged in. What I've noticed is that, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really impressed with this piece right here. It feels very generic. You can already kind of see it kind of bending. I would expect this to be metal. It's not, it's plastic. It feels like a very heavy plastic. Not really happy about that because I do happen to encounter breaking things a lot, and if I experience getting something on this material like acetone or monomer and I melt off the shine, you better believe that I will be upset and I will probably file a claim to get my money back. So this is how the filter looks. Whew. What I realized is I only got one. I'm gonna open it up very gently because it feels like it's already super fragile. Take this bad boy out. They don't have a smell, in case you're wondering. This does not smell like anything. What it's intended to do is just to pick up the dust that lay here whilst you're doing nails. So say, oh, I like that though. It has a little magnet and it just connects there. So let's say I am getting my nail drill. I'm going over my nails and the nail dust is coming up in the air and everywhere, and where does that nail dust go instead of all over the table where I have to wipe over and over again? Inside of this machine right here. Now, you might think, oh, that's such a waste. You could literally just brush it into your hand and throw it in the trash can. No, I don't want to do that anymore. And because this is also a ventilator, that kind of adds a little bonus to it because, you know, it sucks up the air of my monomer. Like, that's amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm finally going to turn this on. Wow. And what's going on is I can feel it sucking my hand. Let's turn it up all the way. Wow. That's awesome. I'm in love with this. I love this product. So, since I am very sad that I do have to keep this plugged in, as I hate having cords in my work area, I want to give this just by the looks and just by the having to work it in general, I'm gonna give this a solid 7 out of 10 because it is gorgeous and it does sound like it serves the purpose of what it is. I will give it a 7 out of 10. In the case of the future, I will refer it under a different scoring because I haven't used this machine for its purpose yet, and I have not used the LED machine for that purpose yet either. I don't know how well they work under my working conditions per se, and I will give you different reviews on that. But thank you so much for being involved in my unboxing video and tagging along.